Peace, y'all. This is G1.
This is Rod Stars.
Together we are Rebel Diaz.
We coming at you live from the South Bronx with another episode of And You Don't Stop.
This week, we go to Hunts Point for a Stop the Violence basketball tournament. Rod Stars also hits the streets to ask people what Stop the Violence means to them. And on Rooftop Live, we have Final Outlaw representing New York City.
We've been up to a lot lately. We recently were able to visit the Universal Zulu Nation at one of their Universal meetings with Africa Bambaataa to talk about the shutdown of so many hip-hop community centers. Whether it's the RWX or 5 Points, there's been an attack on hip-hop brand spaces in New York City.
You wonder why these people are moving on you, taking your spots, telling you what to do, come in your community and build whatever they want, lock your asses up whenever they want, go in your house and take your kids whenever they want, because y'all don't know who y'all are.
When we talk about Stop the Violence, we have to talk about what are alternatives to violence. One of these alternatives is the Hunts Point Unity basketball tournament, which went down in my community not too long ago. We were able to go there and talk to the people and get a sight of what an amazing alternative is to the violence, giving children an opportunity to stay out the streets and to be able to play sports.
The whole purpose of having a Stop the Violence tournament is to show them that we can actually come together in Hunts Point. If you really look at Bronx News 12, Channel 7, Channel 11, Channel 4, they're always bringing out everything, the bad in Hunts Point. So today we had a few senators here that came through to understand what Hunts Point is really about when it's called Unity. That's where we got Hunts Point Unity. Hunts Point Unity started on Thanksgiving Day. We're all talking trash on Facebook, playing around. A lot of people, you know, they got away from what it is, and I just had a vision for it, and I just kept on and keep on. And it's our 3rd annual. I'm blessed, God willing. Always had a big supporter in this guy.
One of the most beautiful things I've seen out here is the kids. Tell us, you know, what you see in the future of the kids in Hunts Point.
When they see me leading this instead of leading a corner, it gives them hope. Everything is about hope, man. If you don't have hope, you have nothing. So basically, when you see these kids out here, you see these kids keep running up to me like, oh, do we play next? They don't even know that it's only 4 games because they're that happy to be here. Like, I just made a kid's day, just having them out here playing, coming up to me, hugging me. It's love, though. You know, also paying homage to it. If you see, this is Miss Tammy. She actually represents the youth. She's actually the founder of the youth games. Like, I only did a 3-on-3. She said we need to get them in a full court where everybody can sit there and watch them play. She passed the attack. You know, I get a little choked up talking about it, you know. So that's it. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Those striving, where we're striving, gonna get it back. Somebody just robbed the police.
Why do you think it's important to have a Stop the Violence tournament in this community?
It brings like the people together to have a good time, you know. I like the cops are involved, that way nothing bad can happen. There's kids out here. It brings everybody together to have a good time. Like, we don't get to have that much good time out here, you know.
Maybe the younger generation needs to watch. The older generation need to take a book from the younger.
Ray Ray just had like the highlight play. He had the Sports Center highlight play of the day. He did like a crazy behind the back layup. How you feel about playing in that?
I feel good.
You trying to be in the league?
Yeah.
How old are you?
14.
14. So he's 14 years old, had the highlight play, you know what I'm saying, straight from Hunts Point, y'all, and you don't stop.
Hi, y'all.
This is Rod Stars reporting with another segment of Word on the Streets. Right now we in Hunts Point in the South Bronx. And we're gonna be talking to the community about is about Stop the Violence. A lot of times when you hear about Stop the Violence, it comes from government agencies talking about we need more police. Sometimes other folks say, well, no, we need more community centers. Let's see what the people in Hunts Point have to say about Stop the Violence and what Stop the Violence means to them.
Stop the world from being corrupted, period. People getting killed for no reason, you got females getting raped, and that hurts. That hurts other people to see that, you feel me? Other people got feelings. And after a while, people kill themselves because of that, because the world's so corrupted and messed up, and people bully each other and all that out here, shooting people over red over blue. And it's gotta stop already.
Cut the crap.
do it in front of kids, and you know, like when you do it in front of kids, they're gonna try to do the same. They're gonna try to do the same.
Like it's meaning like how my man said, like stop the crap, like on some real shit, like people getting beat up for no reason, like going to the wrong hood, every beef on this hood and that hood. Like come on, like that's really bullshit. Like stop that shit. Like and y'all need to really calm down with all that like gang stuff and stuff. Like I'm not in this shit no more, but. Like I used to be, and I used to know how shit goes down, and I know how to protect myself and how to protect myself through the streets. Yeah, like I found out how wrong it was, and I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. Like all this shit is like it's whack. It's boring.
I think stop the violence means like to stay up the street, like we need like a better community without everything like be shooting all night. I think that little kids should be like safer around everybody. And I think that grown-ups should do something with their life sometimes, like stop bullying little kids when their parents are not there. I think that little kids should be safer and not be killed at a young age. They should let their life be fun, and so they can have a happy life.
The kids growing up today, they're very disrespectful and everything. You know, any little disagreement, they fix with shooting each other. You know, it's not like back in the days when I was growing up. You know, we used to have fist fights, man, or we hit each other with a stick. But there was no shooting, man. There's a lot of violence going on amongst our youth, man. You know, that's very scary. It's scary, man.
It means people getting together, and when you see problems and somebody getting hurt, get involved. Don't just walk by and leave it. Sometimes people see people getting hurt and they just keep moving.
We gotta stop the hate. I think you gotta just start with that, and then maybe everyone can be a little bit more peaceful, I guess.
Wherever there's violence, it's because the economy is not doing good and all that stuff. So it's really the politicians that are the criminals, because if they were to give people jobs and opportunity and not be, we're still living in a racist world no matter what. So that's why the poverty is part of the problem, because of racism and politicians. That's how I sum it up.
Yes, y'all, that was a Rooftop Live. Final Outlaw representing New York City. First of all, my brother, share with the people why Final Outlaw.
The final part has to do with the feeling of being like the only person. So that was the origin to Final. And then the outlaw part has to do a lot with the kind of person I want to be and the kind of person I've been treated like. I'm a U.S. American citizen. I was born here. I tend to describe it as being treated like an immigrant all my life, you know? So Final Outlaw that's really kind of the gist of it.
You also were one of the hip-hop artists most heavily involved in Occupy Wall Street. You participated heavily as an MC here in New York City. How do you see your music furthering a type of dialogue that also was very much highlighted within Occupy?
I come from a struggle, from people of struggle, and I would like to share tangible, practically applicable information that they can actually use. And that's something that I gained from Occupy, because before that, I had been taking that protest stance, like word up, let's fight, but how do we fight? That was an all-inclusive micro community on a microcosm of people that I think had the best interest of the human organism's evolution as a collective. And I thought that was fascinating.
I represent the 212, the 718, the boogie down BX all the way to the BK. Graffiti writers hitting up they tags on the freeway. My broken-hearted people in the hood is where we stay. So everybody gather around, cause if we gonna go down, we ain't leaving without making a sound. Yo, I'm the wrong dude to be sleeping on, just peep the song. I'm the reason you've been waiting for so freaking long. Ill, every time that I spill, I don't have to lie about cars and stall gold fronts on my grill. I take the train and I ain't ashamed. I remember back in the day I'd have to rap to collect me some change. They said hip-hop is dead, but instead it evolved. And anybody who ever criticized it was wrong. Even those who hate it the most use slang when they talk. So whether you like it or not, you're still playing a part forever. Cause hip-hop lasts forever. Hip-hop forever. Hip-hop, you sitting on your couch right now, do that. Forever. Get it right. I got mad love for peeps taking the 1, 2, 3 trains, the ABC trains, the GED trains, the Z, the 4, 5, 6, and 7-11, open late 24/7. What you know about Dominican cabs? What you know about Crown Fried Chicken, no napkins in a bag? Every girl I ever loved was a victim of rape. I watched the world fall apart through a fire escape. Everybody in the city relates. Every one of you knows what it's like to have your boss spit in your face. Getting home late, daydreaming, scrubbing your plates, reminiscing on the past when you made your mistakes. You must never forget that it is never too late. As long as you stay alive, there's still a chance for change. In my brain, I see nothing but visions of